Hey guys, I'm here back with another video. I know it's been a good little minute, but I'm trying to figure out the schedule and how I want to make these videos and what videos I do want to make and try and get some kind of schedule. But right now I'm here to make a video about the 5 things that I hate about my Dodge Neon Srt4. And there's a little bit. I mean, it was kind of hard to figure out the 5 things because I do like this car a lot. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate this car in any way. Recently I have had some problems with it, but I sorted it all out. Everything should be good, and we can go from there. Definitely number 1 would be the stigma behind this car. This car gets a lot of hate in the car community, and I honestly don't know why. I really haven't had like any really big problems with this car, nothing that couldn't be fixed, and I just don't understand why. I mean, I know some people have a lot of bad luck with these cars, but I mean, if you think about it, any car is going to be bad. If you buy a car that was neglected and abused, then it's gonna be a bad car, you know what I mean? It's gonna have problems. You're gonna run into some major problems in that situation, and I just haven't had that problem because the person I bought the car from took really good care of it. The only problems I have had were from either things that could have been avoided or things that couldn't have been avoided. Like I've had to replace the clutch in the car. It was pretty old. It was a stage 4. I went with a stage 3 ceramic. Like I've had to change the camshaft position sensor. I mean, it was an electrical thing. I couldn't do anything about it. They really haven't had that bad of any problems. I've had to change 2 axles, one of which was my fault. The other one was due to a motor mount breaking, and when it broke, the axle fell on top of the subframe and it couldn't move, so it broke the axle. Not my fault, no one else's fault. The motor mount itself didn't break. The bolt that holds it in snapped, and I had to get it out. So after that, the second one happened because I guess I just used the wrong bolt when I put the ball joint back in, because the bolt, I guess it was just too small, and when it came out, like it came out of the hub assembly, and when it came out, it like pulled the axle out, but it was good because the axle was covered under warranty, and so I really haven't had any bad problems with this car. Number 2 is definitely like the plastic, the cheap plastic that they use in the interior. It's literally everywhere. I've had so many problems with stuff just breaking in the interior. The dash is cracked up here and another spot down there, I think. And this boost gauge is actually only being held in right now by some tape because it kept falling out, and I didn't know what else to do, and I didn't want to have to go and buy a whole new dash, so I just put that there until I can buy another boost gauge. And like the plastic is everywhere, like there's no getting away from it. I just wish Dodge would have spent a little bit more time on the interior trying to, make it a little bit nicer. But I mean, it is what it is. The car wasn't made for luxury, I guess. So number 3 would definitely have to be the seat adjustability, because there's such a short range of adjustability. I mean, you get the sliders and reclinability. That's pretty much it in this car. I mean, it does have the Viper style seats, and they're really nice and they're super comfortable, but I just wish there was a little bit more adjustability, because I have had times where someone else was driving the car and I wasn't, and they hated, like they were either too tall or too short, and they couldn't adjust the height of the seat. So I can imagine if you were a taller person or a shorter person who had this car, like who wasn't my height, like they would have a lot of trouble driving the car because it just wouldn't be comfortable for them. Number 4, like how compact this engine bay is ridiculous. Like there's no way to work on anything in this car without having to take something else off. To do anything, you have to take everything off. I basically had to pull the motor to change 2 motor mounts. It was ridiculous. I hated it. I mean, this car is amazing, but when it comes to working on it, it sucks. Working on suspension isn't that bad, but working on this sucks. I hate it. And yes, I do realize I'm missing the cap. It's around here somewhere. I took it off earlier. Don't remember where I put it. I have to look for it. But I mean, like, it's not terrible, but it sucks. It's not fun in any way. Dodge could have definitely made the engine bay just a little bit bigger. I mean, I understand it's the Neon, and like they just kind of threw a bigger motor in it with a turbo. but it would have been nicer to have a bigger engine bay. There's really no room for anything. I know people do relocate their battery to the back just to have a little bit more room and relocate their turbo there, which really isn't a bad idea. I actually think that's a great idea. Maybe later on, I don't know, but not right now. At least number 5. I hate the fact that this is a Dodge. Everyone has Dodge jokes. Every time you go anywhere, you hear the Dodge jokes. Anytime the car breaks, you hear the Dodge jokes. You should have bought a Ford. You should have bought a Chevy. You could have bought anything else. Why'd you buy a Dodge? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a Dodge, so I got to deal with it. I like the car. And it's just a part of having it, I guess. The Dodge jokes just never end. They just don't stop. There's no stopping them. But, oh well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one.